This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Indeed. Welcome in. This is the Meltdown. We are broadcasting live from the Culver studio and are thrilled to have you here with us over the next half hour or so of the show. A little bit of a shorter show today because we have a lot of movies to get to on this day that is the day the Lord has made. E.G., how are you?
I'm wonderful, Tim.
Excellent.
Happy Thursday.
Thank you very much.
Today's Thursday. Yeah.
Today is Thursday.
I had to check myself there.
We've got a holiday weekend coming up. So that has a lot of people sort of out of sorts of trying to figure out their schedule, a lot of plans this weekend for a lot of people, and trying to make sure that we are prepared with all of that. The Dallas Stars played last night.
Do you remember my prediction?
I remember exactly your prediction. You predicted it was going to be 3-1 Stars.
Yes.
And you said to me, the Oilers will score first.
Yes.
The Stars will answer back relatively quickly.
Yes.
That happened exactly.
Ah!
I almost texted you. I was like, it's happening. Well, then the Oilers scored again, and then the Oilers scored again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, 3-1 the opposite way.
Opposite way. But then,
third period, 5 goals in one period.
didn't I say that it would be third period too, that they would?
You said third period late, there would be a goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that part, I mean, you were like batting 100. You were batting 1,000.
Yeah. I was
Sorry,
like,
batting 100 is not good.
Yikes.
You were batting 1,000, and
Just flip-flopped.
well, sort of. I mean, it was wrong, but like part of it was right at the time.
But it worked in your favor, Tim.
I'm trying to give you some credit, E.G., and you want the whole damn cake, and you're not getting it, okay?
Did you win or not?
We won, and I'm so happy about that, but I'm just saying that it didn't go perfectly to the way.
That sounds perfect to me.
The outcome was perfect. I don't know. We're starting Frenemy Summer.
We
It's
are.
starting officially where E.G. and I are friends, okay? So
Yeah,
don't
like
read between the lines.
Bestie.
Absolutely. But one of us may go to prison for offending the other so badly that they have to call the authorities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
It'll be fun, though.
It's going to be interesting. We've kind of ignited this. Poor Tyler.
Well,
He's just working, and he's like, what is going on? You guys are yelling at each other?
it's going to be fun because we're going to, start spreading rumors about each other to other office members and see which sides they pick. So we're going to learn a lot.
That is the play.
No one's watching this right now of them, so that also helps.
Arguably, that is correct. So we appreciate everybody. Go Stars. So happy they won in game one. Needed to win game one. Home ice. Need to protect
baby.
that for sure. But yes, Stars with the big win last night. I was cheering, screaming, and I was like, this has got to be the most exciting sporting event happening in all of sports tonight. I was wrong. The Pacers-Knicks game was more exciting because of the shot there from Halliburton and everything. It was a very exciting game there in the Garden. Tyler, you have been not watching sports over the past 24 to 48 hours. You have been watching just one type of content. Oh. This is a self-inflicted thing. I just want to make it clear. I have not said you must do this. This is
Correct.
you coming to me and going, I'm on this impossible mission. And thank you very much. And I think we should get shirts made. Impossible mission. The Meltdown. Or maybe the Meltdown goes on the back. We don't need it to go any lower. Anyway, where are you right now in your Mission Impossible mission that you're on? That's impossible.
So let's catch everybody up to speed.
Yes.
Where I was yesterday, where I am now. Yesterday when we started the show, I had about 20 minutes left in Mission Impossible 3. Today, as we start the show, I am 40 minutes into Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, formerly known as Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
The first showings of Dead Reckoning, or the final Reckoning, I should say, are in about an hour. First showings are according to my wrist hair here, about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to say it so weird.
Reading the tea leaves, reading your arm here.
I am. But I think you're going to make it because you're planning on a little bit of a later showing. I just am going to be upset with you if you fall asleep during the final reckoning.
yeah.
That would be awful.
Yeah, I'm not doing the 10
Okay, good.
o'clock prime screening. That would just be nuts, especially
Silly.
considering it's a 3-hour runtime, and
Good.
then I got to film a review afterwards. And I don't want to be up that late, and I don't want to, delay any of the theater staff's ability to close and get home.
I hear you. Normally they just leave, I've found. Have you found that
Who?
too? They just leave?
Well, it depends on which
The workers?
one you go to, because security doesn't leave. They lock up.
Right.
If you're at the theater near here that has a security team on the weekends.
Right.
So what you're saying is there's a lot of unoccupied movie theaters on the weekends.
I mean, there's a
Probably
lot of look, the
often.
movie theater industry, if you've listened to any of this show, which I know you have, that wasn't meant to be a jab. It was meant to be a refresher for all the audience that's listening in. And that is that we've talked often about this is not we are not frenemies
We're
right
not
now.
frenemies. We're best friends all the time.
Anyway, the movie theater exhibition industry right now is becoming something that's a little bit more boutique
Yeah.
year after year. And
Yeah.
it's something that I'm very worried about not being as accessible as it is currently. If AMC was to take a hit and they were have to shutter their doors for some reason because they can't sell enough popcorn buckets, we're in trouble right there. That right there is a huge chunk of the pie.
Yeah. I think the closest one that's not AMC would be like a Lux Cinema.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a plan of any sort. So
They do not.
We need to keep a list.
We
going.
do. So I'm going to go buy a lot of concessions when I go to the movies.
It really is crazy though that like workers aren't even hanging around like that late. Like
Well,
that's
to be fair, I don't know if there's like a manager that's still like
closet somewhere?
closing up a safe or something, doing a cash drop, whatever, or if that is just meant to be after the final showings are cleaned up. Security just comes in behind the closing crew and locks up.
Yeah, I know there's a cleaning crew they bring in, occasionally overnight, right, to make sure that everything is put back in order. And anyway, it's a dying experience right now. This weekend's going to be a shot in the arm, and that's a good thing because there's big movies opening up this weekend. We'll have reviews for you tomorrow here on the show. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning and Lilo and Stitch. We'll have a little Lilo and Stitch conversation with EG today.
And Friendship comes to Birmingham this weekend.
There you go. You're going to be seeing that one too?
I'll be seeing it tomorrow.
I know you're very excited for that one. So we will see if that is able to find a wider audience because it's been selling out these smaller theaters. I say smaller theaters. It's been selling out in these bigger markets, but once again, no real access for the majority of the country. So smaller chance of wider audiences being able. Math is not my forefront today.
It's a lot.
I'm batting 100. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to 10 with Tim. More numbers here on the way.
Yeah.
I've got 10 questions. We've got roughly about 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
So take your time. But I'm going to ask my first question. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right. Where's your favorite place, Tyler, to get a smoothie from? Favorite place to get a smoothie from?
Smoothie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with tropical smoothie. They have one that is white chocolate with pineapple and strawberry and coconut.
Bahama Mama?
Yeah, and that's my go-to.
EG's like,
EG knows.
we're in my zone now.
We are in my zone. Tropical smoothie, mango magic with vanilla protein. Book it.
Something tells me if there's any shop and it smells like suntan lotion that EG's aware of what it is.
Yeah.
And has probably given them an email address at checkout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Planet Smoothie. Is that that's not a cool kid thing answer to say?
No, I mean it's fine.
You
It's
guys are both ganging up on me here. I like a little grape ape action.
I mean,
Great.
I would have
Grape ape?
expected you to go like Smoothie King.
I like Smoothie King as well.
Because they've got like the 40-ounce smoothies, and you can load it up with what?
What? I don't know what.
I know.
What are you laughing
No,
at?
I'm laughing at the 40-ounce smoothie in regards to Tim.
I do get the largest smoothie.
Okay.
And it looks like a regular in my hand.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tim, They have
Frenemy summer is here.
Smoothie King has a protein-packed smoothie that also includes some butter pecan ice cream, and I think you would enjoy that.
I don't like butter pecan ice cream, so that probably wouldn't.
Well,
but
never
thank
mind.
you. You know so much about me. So my wife loves butter pecan, so she would enjoy that. But I'm a strawberry kiwi guy at the not tropical smoothie. The what's the
Smoothie.
one? No, not Planet Smoothie. What's the one you just said?
Smoothie King.
Smoothie King.
Smoothie King.
I don't know.
King.
I rarely go to Planet Smoothie or Smoothie King, so I'm not as familiar with their menu.
Got it.
But definitely go with the Gladiator protein.
Okay.
Smoothie King.
Who would have thought a smoothie question would send us
don't know.
right off the rails to start with? Let's move on to question number 2, see if this is a little bit better. E.g., this was in honor of you.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
Would you rather only be able to whisper throughout the course of a week or only be able to shout for the course of a week?
Whisper.
You can only whisper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Whisper, because I feel like that's just kind of normal anyway. I feel like
You're soft-spoken?
some people have trouble hearing me a lot of times.
I have trouble hearing E.g. sometimes. And very much when she does the Pennant Grace in a whisper voice, which has happened
911
once.
call.
I did say it sounded like you were on a 911 call.
Very tense.
I have listened to a lot of 911 calls in my day because I was a news director and I had to listen to those things, and they're awful. They're all awful. And it gave me a flashback.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I'm not sure anybody else would have said it sounded like a 911 call, but I definitely felt those vibes because you go from full EG to then like having to suddenly like almost half word sometimes go into a whisper,
No, I
a dramatic
really would.
whisper.
I would.
Because you were on a golf course doing the show
With
remotely.
Nick Saban behind me, people. Coach Saban, it was bad.
Be honest, okay? Every local media person, like, we have this question for all of them, and that is that, have you ever had a fear of being yelled at by Nick Saban? Be honest.
Yes.
Okay.
Every time I see him, I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Probably.
Yeah.
Not to his standard? Probably.
Is that what was sort of the secret sauce of making him as dominant of a coach as he was? That everyone was terrified of him?
Yes. And I talked about this with our friends on SEC Network yesterday. Or I guess that was yesterday. We were actually talking about him. And I'm eternally grateful I got one season with him. Even though this was last season, he'd mellowed out pretty much dramatically with the media. And because he forced me in those 9 months I covered him to be perfect.
Wow.
You have to execute. There's no room for error. And that I will always take with me. Like, no matter how long, hopefully a very long time in this industry, but like, I have the utmost respect for that man, because it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're mopping the floors of that facility, you're asking questions, or you're a player or coach, like, you're expected to be at your very best. And I responded well to that. And so
that was great. That was not a planned thing. You just went right into it, and that was fantastic.
thank you.
Good stuff there. Thank you for answering honestly. Next question. Question number 3. I really don't want a non-answer here. I'm just going to warn everybody.
Okay.
I want an answer.
Okay.
E.g., what's the last book you've added to your collection?
Last book I added to my collection was actually this week, and it's called The Society. It's about a collection of club members at Princeton University in secret dinner clubs, and someone gets murdered.
Oh, wow.
I think it's called The Society. Yeah.
So you're interesting to me. Scared of your own shadow,
Not a
admittedly.
lot, yeah.
Won't watch horror movies or anything scary. Don't even like scary advertisements. But occasionally there's true crime stuff that really sort of stands out to you. Occasionally. But
Yeah.
you're also not really consuming a lot of true crime stuff.
No, really ever.
Just a couple of things
Yeah.
have stood out there. Like, you're following the
Brian Koberger,
Idaho
one, very close.
murders very closely. And this is a murder book. Does that not affect you in any way?
Well, I asked my mom, because my mom was the one that gave it to me, and I can handle political thrillers and government, tactical, military books. Typically, I do like Brad Thor. That's one of my favorite authors. And then, true stories of different military operations I've really enjoyed. And I can handle that kind of thing. That doesn't freak me out. This one, she said it's not very scary. It's more of just like they're a murder, like who done it, but it's not. It's kind of like Knives Out vibes. Yeah.
I'd like to report a murder.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more.
Maybe a little more like
Like you like some feng shui murder.
yeah, like a little like what's going on here? And instead of a nice Princeton background with
Yeah.
clubs.
Highfalutin murder.
Highfalutin murder.
Highfalutin.
Yeah,
give me a little
give me,
highfalutin murder.
A little like lust, a little like drama that wouldn't happen to me.
Yeah. Like a Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
But
Ooh, that scares
a little
me.
bit less scary.
Scary.
A little
Yeah,
bit less
just
intense.
like a little drama.
Okay.
Yeah, his nose is up.
All right.
Pinky's up.
We should do like as a group activity, we should like go
To tea? Oh.
do what?
Go to tea?
Go to tea?
IT? We said pinky's up and nose in the air, Tim.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Like one of those Bridgerton events.
Or just to
No.
go to high tea around town.
No, I was going to say like a murder mystery dinner party or
That'd be
something.
fun.
Like we should do that as a group, or like, don't they have like breakout games, but they're also like murder, like you have to solve the murder
yeah,
or
I
something?
like that. That'd be fun.
Anyway, no, I don't want to go to tea.
All right, well.
I feel like we
I'm
would do a
inviting
lot
you.
better in an escape room than the TNR guys did.
Yeah.
Escape rooms freak me out. First of all, there's way too much math. Okay, way too
Yeah, I
much
don't
math. It's like, hey, look at this number, add it to this
I don't
number,
like
go
that part.
decode this number. It's too many numbers. Okay, Tyler, what was the last book you added to your collection?
I'll make this real easy. I don't own any books.
Not a single
wow.
one.
Yeah, no, I've been meaning to like start reading again, but I need to
let me-
have time and
Fair.
be able to like
Fair.
just sit down and get into a book.
Totally fair. Time is of the essence when it comes to reading.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to pick up and read for like 20 minutes or something.
Right.
I like to really just get in the meat and potatoes of a book.
That's how I feel about video games. We've
Mm-hmm.
talked about that a lot. Like I like to be able to sit down for long sessions, hours. If I know I got hours, I will go into a video game. I don't like to play especially a narrative-based video game for 20 minutes. It doesn't do anything for me. I like to get hooked and want to spend the entire week on it. But let me ask this. Let me reframe it a little bit and see if we can maybe take a peek into your life just a little bit more. Do you have one that's in your queue of like, this is one you want to add to your collection?
So there was one I was looking at when me and Hunter went to go look for steel books and other physical media. They didn't have the one I was looking for, but there's a manga called Berserk.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. I really like the 90s TV show version of it. And they made these special editions that are like leather bound and like full color art. And I really want to get those to read through the series.
I'm not mocking you, so please don't take it that way. But one of my favorite quotes from Ron Burgundy in Anchorman is he's like, I have a place full of leather-bound books. I'm a very important person. And when you said leather-bound book, that's all I could think about was you pulling out the jazz flute and starting to play right now. So anyway,
No,
Anchorman.
it's just super nice compared to like the regular paperback versions of it.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. All right, we move on to this. Name someone.
Oh, wait. No, Jay actually does have the answer. I completely forgot I bought this book, Chaos, by Tom O'Neill, about the Manson family.
Oh,
Yeah, I did. I bought that one too. I forgot about it.
that is a true crime book. So there we go. Okay. So, isn't that amazing, though, when we can have listeners remind us of our own personal lives more?
That
It's
Than-
really is
nice.
crazy.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you paying attention and keeping notes about each one of us and then storing it away in your file cabinet.
Yeah.
That sounded a little bit more intense than it needed to sound.
Well, he said he bought it. It just reminded me that I had also
Oh,
bought that
I
book.
see.
He wasn't like, no, Tyler, you bought this
Well, you
book.
usually do that.
I was.
You usually remind me of the things I've done.
That's fair. That is actually fair.
Very true.
Without me, Tyler's life would just fall apart. Okay, we go to this.
That's true.
It's the opposite of frenemy summer. It's
Okay.
friend in need summer. That's what it is.
All right, have fun.
Question number 4. Name someone well known, Tyler, that you personally find to be rather peculiar.
Peculiar.
Who's the first person that pops
I have mine.
into your head when you think of someone that's well known
Uh-huh.
that is peculiar? Like,
I like that word.
not like in a criminal way, you know, but
Odd.
like in a
Okay, not in a criminal way. My first
I wouldn't
thought
go in a
was
criminal way.
Ezra Miller.
No,
because
no.
he's wacky.
No, I don't mean whack job. I don't mean
And
crazy.
we've met
Tim
them,
Burton
right?
was my next thought.
Oh, see, now that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
I feel like he
peculiar.
likes to hang out in an attic with like model trains or something.
So there was a documentary called The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, which was about the scrapping of the Nicolas Cage Superman movie. And it's a great documentary. I recommend you watch it. I think you can watch it on YouTube. And John Schnepp, who did the documentary, he ended up visiting Tim Burton. And Tim Burton, it was like an attic, and it felt like he had caskets, and it was black.
Wait,
and
he
it
really does live in an attic?
It was like a weird.
Does not
You
surprise me.
visited him at his home, and it was very strange. So you're not far off. It was very Tim Burton-esque. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Okay. E.g., who is someone in the public eye that you find to be peculiar?
Russell Brand.
You met Russell Brand.
I met Russell Brand. Very peculiar.
Now, once again, I said not criminal.
Yeah.
And he's been charged here recently.
He's been charged here, but I wasn't even referring to any of that.
Sure.
Just how he interacts is just very peculiar.
That is fair.
Interesting.
That is fair. Let's take the charges out.
Yeah, charges
The
completely
equation.
gone away, and I know that he has a past, but it was very peculiar hearing him speak to people, interacting with him myself. Not bad.
John Waters for me, is that who am I thinking of the right person? John Waters. Do you know who John Waters is?
I
It's like the
not familiar.
pencil thin mustache.
Ooh, yeah.
Make sure that I'm right. I think I've got this right.
I can see him in my mind's eye.
Oh, that guy just looks odd.
Very peculiar fellow.
Yeah.
He's someone that I would label as peculiar. Okay, moving on. E.g., where do you stand with your current perspective on hot sauce?
Oh, I thought you meant like where do I stand in general?
Well, we know that is at the beach. Actually, not the beach, because you have the chairs laid out for you already with the umbrella and everything.
Yeah.
And the
I love hot
proper
sauce.
base for the tent drilled
Yes.
through the sand.
Umbrella.
That is correct.
Love
It is
hot
an
sauce.
umbrella.
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
have
not a
tents on the
tent.
beach.
You did warn us about that.
Brand?
What brand of hot sauce do you have? One in particular that is your go-to?
I really like Tabasco in soups, like chicken tortilla soup. Load up the Tabasco. I like Cholula. Sriracha has a time and a place. I'm not really picky, and I like kind of the specialty brand hot sauces, especially like a Chipotle kind of vibe.
Are you under the mindset that the hotter the better?
I like a little bite. Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be. I want to feel it.
You want it to be a noticeable sting.
Yeah, like I love at taco trucks, specifically gas station taco trucks, the little like side of salsa that they'll give you where it's like a droplet is like, whoa. Like put that on the taco and like let's have a day.
Do you have tears form in your face?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
But I know that's a thing. I'm not judging by any means.
It definitely
but
is a thing.
I feel like for me, like my nose kind of starts twitching. Like my nose will start running.
All right. Tyler, where do you stand on hot sauce? Do you have sort of a mentality when it comes to adding it to certain things, or do you stay away from it?
I like a good bit of heat with some stuff. I like Cholula. I like Tapatio. Sriracha's good every now and again. Just depends on what you're eating. But I would say like what flavor is good? I like when they mix like blueberry and stuff like that with like a ghost
Like hot
chili.
honey?
Yeah, kind of like a hot honey, but it's a hot sauce that mixes like blueberry and I think Scotch bonnet peppers.
What do you put that on?
Like breakfast food?
You can put that on eggs, yeah.
Oh,
Put
wow.
that on eggs and toast.
Wow,
Ooh, delicious.
I do feel like
So little steak.
it's something that you still get good value on. Does that make sense? Like you buy a bottle of hot sauce and it can
yeah.
last
yeah.
you a good amount of time, and you feel like okay, and it's just a couple dabs.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, I like Crystal hot sauce. That's my go-to.
Really?
Crystal's
I've
good
never had it.
too.
I like Crystal very much. That's kind of the one I'm most loyal to. Okay, we go to this. E.g., you've had a stressful day.
I have.
What's your favorite way to unwind after a stressful day?
Okay.
Give me a vibe check here on this.
Yes, so I'm gonna do it because it's like the weather is what it is today, like in real time. Leave here, McDonald's Coke, large,
Okay?
maybe like some tacos to go with it, but not like at the same place. Like I like a McDonald's Coke separate.
I don't. Yeah.
Like I won't get a Coke at wherever I'm getting my tacos.
Gotcha, but you also won't get tacos at McDonald's.
No,
Got it.
I don't think they have tacos.
Correct. I was just making sure we were on the same page.
No. and then go back to my apartment, pool, be outside.
Okay.
Major pool moment.
Now, what percentage of the time when you go to the pool do you not swim? Is that a high percentage,
Yeah,
low
high
percentage? High percentage.
Yeah, especially right now because like the water isn't warm enough. I'll take a dip maybe. Good book, and then drink my Coke, enjoy the sunshine, and then obviously I'm on the phone too. I'm always on the phone, so talking to someone while I'm not reading, whether FaceTiming my niece, talking to Mikey, my parents, what have you. Call it a night. Put on the Kardashians or something mindless like Chrisley Knows Best, and just.
Chrisley Knows Best. I mean, there's some things where I'm going to question EG on, but Chrisley Knows Best gives endless entertainment.
Oh,
I mean,
my
it really
gosh.
is like wild that
It's
this
so
happened,
great.
and it was an era, and that now they have multiple members of their family that are in the pen.
Incarcerated, yeah.
Tyler, what's your favorite way to unwind after a stressful day, given the chance that you have the chance to unwind? So that is one of the caveats.
So, if there's something good at the movies, I actually just like booking a late night screening, empty as possible. I'm the only one in the theater. I can just sit there in my hoodie and my sweatshorts, prop my feet up in the recliner, have a little drink from the bar, and I'll just chill there for 2.5 hours in a heated recliner at the end of the day. I can't think of a better way to unwind.
It's nice.
Now, if there's nothing good out, I'll just go home and then like lay on the couch and turn on some YouTube and just fall asleep.
Nice. So it used to be in our culture that people would flock to the movies to see movies with big audiences
Yeah,
and like
crowd.
a lot of
Full
people and
house.
like, man, I can't wait to be in the energy of that auditorium. And now it's literally turned into, oh my gosh, someone just walked in. Ugh.
That's
You know, like
crazy.
we've all sort of gotten away from what the theater was supposed to be, which was a
Community.
communal sort of feeling of watching film together.
Have you ever moved because you had booked a ticket away from people, and then in the time between you booking your ticket and the beginning of the movie, someone has taken that extra spot next to you?
So I'm going to say no and yes, and I'll explain why.
All right.
I typically, if I book a spot, I'm going to sit there regardless. I'm not going to let somebody else dictate my movement. However, I went to go see a movie. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a horror movie of some sort last year where I walk in and there's only 2 other people in the theater, and they had taken the seat that I booked. They were in my seat,
That's happened to me before too.
but there's only 2 other people in the theater. So I'm like, I'll just sit somewhere else because I'm not going to go up there and be like, hey, you're in my seat. I didn't care about where I sat. I just happened to book that one. So yeah, I did move for that, but they were literally in my seat. So I was like,
I've done that before
Yeah.
too, but then I've also like moved down a couple of seats or moved over a row
yeah.
just so I'm away from more people.
I'm trying to remember what movie it was. It frustrates me that I can't remember it. It was a horror movie for sure, and it was not a very good one, but I can't remember what it was. Okay, we move on to this. Oh, speaking of seats, couldn't have planned this one any better. EG, I'm going to you last on this.
Okay, noted.
You're the expert on this subject.
Okay.
Tyler, best place to sit at a baseball game is where? Like you get to pick exactly where you're seated at a baseball game. Where are you picking?
I mean, I guess behind home plate.
Going
Those
right
are-
there behind home
Those
plate.
are the most expensive tickets, so I assume you got the best view there.
Okay, going behind home plate. I personally don't like behind home
either.
plate.
EG's scowling, but I've also
No.
never been to a baseball game.
Oh, really?
Tyler,
Yeah.
Wow.
you've never been to a baseball game in your whole life?
No.
Not even like a little league game.
I mean, are we counting that?
I mean,
He's talking about something where you.
you never been to a major league baseball game or a minor league baseball game or a college baseball game.
When I was in Cub Scouts, we went to a Barons
Okay,
game,
so you
but
know.
I don't remember it.
Got it.
All right.
Okay. So you haven't been one that's been memorable to you.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I stayed for like 15, 20 minutes because the tickets were free.
Right.
So,
You've seen
was
more
like,
pennant
I don't know.
races than you've seen actual baseball games in your life.
absolutely, yeah. seen a little bit of like the Little League World Series. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That, like 12-year-olds playing on ESPN.
That is very cool. Okay, well, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
So, where would you recommend someone who maybe hasn't been to a baseball game as
Yeah.
frequently? Where should they sit?
I'm going to go with Truist Park because that's what I obviously know best.
Uh-huh.
I'm going outfield, dead center behind the
Outfield,
fifth
dead
grade sign.
center. Man, I'm in a whole different spot.
Like those are great seats. I think it's just the vibe is good. You have the chance to maybe, catch a home run. But I don't know. I think third baseline I also enjoy. And this is at Truist. I don't like first baseline because it the upper deck kind of extends a little too much. Home plate is fun, but you just don't get the best view. But if you like in the Delta Club and like of course you get to see like, the players come up there on deck circle and the food and things like that, that's fun. But like just for you're catching a game, go to the outfield.
Hunter says upper deck behind home plate at a Braves game is my spot.
That is fun.
Or
upper deck.
if I can afford it, the Chop House.
Oh, the Chop House. The Chop House is so fun. Yes. Below the Chop would be the best seat.
Started literally chopping.
I
You
know.
started going,
Below the Chop House is really cool. It's like you're literally at field level.
yeah.
And it's like a room behind glass and you can like rent it out and things like that. That's a really cool experience. Like Acuna could be like right there.
Well, I'm not talking about Truist because, I mean, this would be a good Pennant Grace topic. I'm just
know,
going to bring
wait,
that up as
thank
well.
you.
Like best places to sit at the ballpark.
Yeah.
But I love first baseline. That's my favorite place to sit.
I mean, it's fun. Above, usually get a home dugout. Like,
Get a lot of action over there.
You do.
Get to see the whole landscape of everything, all the play. When I'm at a baseball game, I like to actually watch the game.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
No,
a lot of people, it's just a social
socialize.
thing, and they're, I'll take two, or whatever. I like to watch the game. I like to keep up with what's going on in the game.
same.
Now, at some point, I'm going to have to get you to do a meltdown countdown of something that I don't know a lot about,
Which is?
but I feel like you can help, like, kind of teach me what the appeal is. The Savannah Bananas.
Okay, yeah,
I-
I see that.
Don't know if you're into that. I don't know if it's your cup of tea,
I have lots of thoughts on it. We can break this down.
but like coming up soon, sometime this summer, I want you to explain to me the phenomenon that is, and like maybe like some fun facts.
Well, that should be perfect because I'm actually been invited to go to one of their games because
Really?
I have some friends that work for the Bananas, and so I'm okay.
I don't
We're
know how
vibing?
that happened.
We're vibing. We're gonna let you
We
work
are
on it.
vibing. The chat is still
Ba-ba.
good.
Yeah, I think we need to kill and restart.
Okay.
Or I haven't pulled up, and weird. We're still here on. No, we're still going.
Really?
Yeah.
Hang on, chat.
Oh.
It says we reconnected to OBS, so let's chill for a second and let's get some confirmation from the chat and from our other devices that we are still
We're
up.
good. Hunter says
We're
we're
good.
good.
Hunter says we're good.
Yeah.
Daniel says we're
Okay.
back. All right.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Thank goodness. All right. Appreciate everybody giving us confirmation.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Our connection speed just like dropped in half out of nowhere.
Well, I don't think y'all missed any of the commentary, potentially, unless you didn't get a chance to hear that EG will be doing a lot of coverage of the Savannah Bananas and will let us know about that and tell us more. But I'm going to move on to question number 8. Other than any of the Mission Impossible or Top Gun films, so that takes out a lot.
What?
Huh?
What is your personal favorite Tom Cruise movie?
My personal favorite Tom Cruise movie. I guess I would have to go with. Oh, that's tough. There's not a whole lot I like Tom Cruise in.
Okay.
Color of Money.
Color of Money. There we go.
The Outsiders.
EG's going with The Outsiders. Good answer.
Our connection speed is all over the place. I legitimately have no idea what.
I think I'm following this along and we're still good so far.
Anyway,
I guess we'll just power through. Whatever
Yeah,
happens.
we'll power
happens.
through.
Power through.
Power through. We'll see where things go. Who knows? Maybe we've got some weather action up or something here around these parts. Tropic Thunder for me. Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder is what I feel like is.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the correct answer.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah.
Come on over to the Tropic Thunder
I
bandwagon.
completely forgot Les Grossman.
Yeah.
Big hands.
Supposed to be having a movie that's just Les Grossman for
Yeah.
so long, but doesn't look like it's ever going to happen. Okay. Let's go with this for question number 9. We'll speed things up. What is your history with the Capri Sun?
I'm a big fan of the Capri Sun. I used to have Cappy Sun Fridays in high school where we'd all bring Capri Suns, they call them Cappy Suns, and we'd take a little Snapchat selfie with them.
A Snapchat selfie with a Capri Sun.
Yep.
That sounds like the most EG answer I've ever heard. You have a different name for every single item out there. Capri Sun. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Tyler, what's your history with the Capri Sun?
I like Capri Suns, but I was a bigger fan of the Kool-Aid Jammers when you could get your hands on those. Yeah, Capri Suns are fine. They came with Lunchables, so I had plenty of strawberry kiwi and fruit punch Capri Suns.
I'll tell you, ain't no way for me as a grown giant to eat a Lunchable and not be judged.
Yeah.
Because I'm the way that the Lunchables, it's all tiny little items, and it makes me look like I'm eating I'm eating mice food.
Yeah.
A mouse's food.
Mouse's
works.
food.
That works.
Yeah.
It didn't sound right when I said it. Because who says mouses, really?
It's
Always mice. Okay, we go to this. Have you ever had your wisdom teeth removed, e.g., and if so, what do you remember about the experience?
Yes, I had only 2 wisdom teeth altogether. Just my top ones, I think. Had them removed in high school, and I remember being in the little chair, and that's the only surgery I've ever had, so I'd never been under anesthesia before that, and I remember thinking, like, how is this going to work, guys? Like, am I really about to just go to sleep? And I did not believe them. I just was I wanted to be in control of the situation.
And next thing you know,
I'm saying this is not working, and then, yeah. So,
that's a good impersonation.
yeah.
Tyler, have you had your wisdom teeth removed?
I had all 4 of mine taken out at the same time.
How did that go?
It was terrible. I got the IV sedation for it because that whole situation would have just made me nervous.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where I was when I woke up, but as soon as I came to, everything hurt.
Oh no.
You end up with dry sockets.
You had dry sockets?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
I had 2 of them.
For me, I got all mine taken out, and they sedated me, and when I woke up, I was saying really inappropriate things
Oh,
Really?
in the office and walking out into the lobby. I was saying very horrible things.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I had been possessed or something. It was awful.
Do you have a video of it?
No, I do not. This is before it was a popular trend to video, but I was saying a bunch of stuff that I'm like, where did this come from?
I thought my car got stolen. There's a video of it because I saw my car drive by, and I was like super concerned that my car got stolen.
Yeah. Well, it didn't happen.
Did
So
not happen.
congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. That's going to do it for 10 with Tim. 10 questions in about, 25 minutes. And I believe we're still with everybody. Do you believe we are currently?
We are.
yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, speaking of teeth, we're going to remind you to head on over to the dental team that we trust most, located on Grants Mill Road. That's Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, and Dr. Nolan at Alabama Dental Associates, providing you all sorts of services when it comes to staying on top of your dental health. Maybe you're new in town, need to make sure you have a dentist on standby. Reach out and try Alabama Dental. Right there on Grants Mill Road, they're accepting new patients now and can help you feel at ease about all of your upcoming dental procedures. They're the best in the business. They made me feel comfortable with all of my dental procedures, and they'll do the same for you there at Alabama Dental Associates. You can visit them online at alabamadental.com or make an appointment 205-956-8977, where they look forward to seeing you. All right. So, based on where we're at right now,
Yeah.
we have 2 roads we can go down.
Okay.
We can either go ahead and land this bird, or we can get a quick Meltdown countdown. Which one do you recommend, Tyler, as the executive producer here of the Meltdown? Because we can save this.
Oh boy.
We could save this for tomorrow. It will work tomorrow.
I don't wanna jinx anything. But as soon as I started to talk, our connection speed started going down. Yeah, let's land the plane.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to land
I'm
the
sorry,
plane.
G.
No, that's okay.
It's all good. Tomorrow, we've got Lilo and Stitch opening today.
Okay.
People will get a chance to see it. You'll be able to talk more about Lilo and Stitch tomorrow. we will say our goodbyes. We're going to go watch Mission Impossible. Some of us are going to watch both, and we'll have our full reviews with you tomorrow, but we want to make sure we put out the best product for you, and we don't want this list to just go into the ether and not be shared with everybody. So we will share that with you tomorrow. Make sure you visit mybookie.ag. Use promo code NEXTROUND for that first-time deposit bonus. We will see you again very soon right here on The Meltdown.